Hey y'all, so today I have a request. This is on Michael Jackson, Diana Ross. Um, so I'm not sure which video that was in, but I was mentioning that I'm gonna set it up where people can make requests, $5 a question. This is like on any subject, celebrity, something going on in the news, something going on in the world, or something like that, something that you curious about. So how I set it up is that it's $5 per question. And if I decide that I'm not going to do the question, I will send you the $5 back. Okay. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to set it up because I have a business account on Cash App. They take out a percentage. So I might try to switch this business account to like a personal account. But the thing is, with your personal account, um, uh, I believe they want you to use like your government name and everything like that. So, if I do refund it, I might just refund how much I get. So if you saying like $5, um, I only receive like maybe $4.90 because Cash Out take out a percentage. Um, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet. Like I was kind of thinking just coming out of pocket for like the extra 10 cents or whatever like that if I'm gonna send it back. Um, but that might really accumulate over time. So, I might be but I don't know. I'm gonna work it out. But for the meantime, if you have a question, if you have a request or whatever, you could send $5 to my Cash App. If I don't take it, I will send you your money back. Okay. Um, so with this one, I was looking over the questions. And a lot of the stuff I don't even know about. Like I have no clue what's going on. Hold on, I'm looking for them. Okay. So they are questions on Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. So, I decided that I'm not going to do any research. I feel like that would make it fun for me and everything, to go in it unexpectedly. So, yeah, I'm not going to do any research. I'm not going to even look up the people. I'm just going to answer the question. Okay. So questions that I may not answer, it depends on what my spirit tells me. Like, there'll be times that I will come across some information that I feel like I shouldn't give to the public and I won't. So if that happens, I will refund those questions. Okay. All right, let's get started. Hold on, give me one moment. One moment. Let me get fully prepared. All right, I'm ready. So the first question is Diana's relationship with Gene Simmons and how it impacted MJ. And why does Gene Simmons dislike MJ? Okay, I need to at least look up who is Gene Simmons to Diana. Mm, ex-husband. Look like a white man. Oh, they didn't get married. Hold on. So I guess they were just dating. Yeah, she wasn't married to him, but she dated him. Okay. And he was a part of some a group called Kiss. I heard of them before, but I never listened to their music. So, all right. Diana's relationship with Jim Simmons and how it impacted. Okay, first let's get their relationship dynamic. All right, so what was Diana and Gene Simmons' relationship dynamic? Oh, these some slippery cars. I really feel like this relationship was more about fun. Okay. Like it was kind of like a fling or whatever. How long they dated? I think they dated for a minute, but even if they dated for like a few years or whatever, it was still like fling like energy. Like I even feel like it could have been like an open relationship. Like they was never like just committed to each other. It was kind of like an open dynamic. Like it was a open-minded type of relationship. Like I feel like they both at one point had sex with other people outside of the relationship. They might even became friends after they broke up. Like it wasn't as salty as I'm hearing like it wasn't as salty as like the media may have made it seem. I don't know how the media made it seem, but that's just what I'm hearing. But it wasn't as salty as that. Um yeah, because it started out with them just like having fun. They might have even met like on vacation or something like that, but I feel like they took a lot of vacations together. But they got together to like have fun and that was kind of like it. It wasn't that deep of a relationship. Like I wouldn't say that it was love. It really feeling like a fling. I do feel like they was like close friends. I keep wanna like sometimes this relationship don't even feel like a relationship. Like it doesn't feel romantic at times. Tapping into the energy, it kind of feels like um they was more friends than anything. With this photograph, they could have really liked to take pictures together and it could have been like private pictures and Diana might have them. Um private pictures that they took together. Could even be like nude pictures or something like that. Um, I am starting to feel like MJ energy, and I feel like because you said why does Gene dislike MJ? MJ, to be honest, was easy to dislike. You know how Virgos be sometimes. Virgos, they be low key shady and stuff like that. And I feel like the reason that it was tension between them because MJ felt like he was being replaced. Um so it's kind of like competition at one point. I'm kind of seeing MJ trying to compete as like on a friendship level because Diana friends on both MJ and this dude. Like even if she was intimate with them, she still kind of considered them like her friend more so than lover. The breakup wasn't even really that hard. Um, but it do seem kind of like I'm getting this was kind of like good for the media. Um, publicity, it was good for that. So there was probably most likely a lot of narratives built around this story, around this relationship. But a lot of it behind the scenes, it was actually pretty chill and um I just feel like in the media they made it more dramatic than what it was. Okay. Mm, it is a little darkness in it though. What was the dynamic between Diana? Okay, so really this was like a deeply sexual connection. It was just something about her and this dude, like uh they really understood each other kinks. Um so the sex was really fun when it came between them. Even when it was with other people, because I felt like at times they had like threesomes and stuff like that. It was kind of kinky. It was kind of kinky. Diana, she into some things. Like it's not surprising when it comes to the industry because the industry is so over sexuated with like sexual themes that people easily develop fetishes and even sex addictions and stuff like that. And it would be hard for them to go and have like regular sex. You know, like a lot of times people in the industry, they develop a particular type of sexual appetite where they stop getting turned on by regular sex. So they start looking for more extreme ways to express themselves. Yeah, I do feel like it was some type of contract though, between them. Like this was also kind of like a business deal, this relationship. And with this card right here, it's still kind of pointing it's reversed because I felt like it was hidden, it was repressed, like this anger. But I do feel like they knew how to um pull that energy out of each other and kind of like alchemize it and their sexual energy together. Yeah. It's really focusing on the sex. And the fact that, they did have some type of like contract together. What that card at? They did have like a contract together. What was the contract based on? Hmm. What was the contract based on? Publicity. It was all about like imagery and stuff like that, even if it was like more on a negative side. You know, the people in the industry, they think differently. They think about basically how they can control the minds of people, how they could control the narrative. Um, it's deeply psychological. Like you have to know that in the industry, when they are creating a celebrity profile, like they creating this celebrity career, they have psychologists, like they have psychologists in the background studying the audience, studying the fans of this particular person, and they carefully craft these people image. So they will create scenarios, relationships, stories around these relationships. And I'm talking about even the negative stories, even the stories that you look at a celebrity and you be like, wow, that is so embarrassing. Like, I would never want anybody to know that about me, but the whole world know that about you. That was done on purpose. Okay. And a lot of times the celebrity is in on it, like they know. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it be their record company. They will make these decisions on the behalf of the celebrity without letting them know. But they would release like secretive information for like their own agenda. And a good example would be I was watching The Crown and they was talking about the dude that was married to Princess Diana. And at one point, they released the audio of him talking with his mistress. And I feel like all of that was fake. I mean, when you even listen to the audio, it just seemed fake as fuck. Like it was all planned out. They released it on purpose. Um, I think his name was Prince Williams. I don't know his name. I forgot. The one that was married to Diana. He was behind it. He agreed to it. It was done to craft a certain image. It wasn't accident though. Um, that's what this relationship is looking like. it even come down to the skin color. They felt like Diana would look more desirable being hooked up with this white dude. Um, and vice versa. Because, there's a lot of white men that secretly fetishize black women. And yeah, they know that. They know that psychology really well because they the one who created it, you know? Like they created that programming. So when I was asking about it though, these cars came out, and what is giving me the vibe is that um Diana, she don't like to be alone. So this person was kind of like contracted to satisfy Diana codependency, basically. Like she basically had this dude on payroll to have sex with her and to keep her company when she feel alone. Cause she don't like to be alone. Came out reverse. She doesn't like to be alone. Yeah, remember earlier I was saying like they did a lot of vacationing together, escapades. They did a lot of really kinky stuff together. I'm seeing parties like sex parties. I'm seeing orgies. Diana, she low key into that stuff. I think that she still is because I'm seeing her like at multiple ages. She really deep into that lifestyle. Um, I was gonna say that you'd be surprised, but probably not. Uh, she do have a interesting sex drive. She have a because I'm seeing her getting eat out by a woman, and I don't think that she know this woman too well. But it's like I'm seeing them in like a hotel room. At least I think it looked like a penthouse. They high up in the air, and it's a huge window right there. Um, and it's probably like I would say like 10 people here, but they just start having sex. It's not even I never been to an orgy party, so I don't really know how it operate, but it just went to point A to point B like really quickly. It wasn't like these people are so used to just getting into the sexual act, like they don't even really think about it. They don't even really need to prepare for it. Um, it's a different type of energy here. Like for a person like me, this would be hard for me to do. Um, like having sex with strangers is hard for me to do and everything like that. And even if you were just my friend, it would still be hard for me to be like intimate with you in that way, just out of the blue. I'm not just one of those people that I have a friend and I'm just like, let's just have sex and then let's be casual and then act like nothing happened the next day. I'm not one of those people, but this particular group of people, they are those type of people. And Diana, she could be that type of person too. Like she could have sex with strangers or have orgy parties and really enjoy herself doing that. All right. So let's get into why does Gene dislike MJ? Use these cards. Why do Gene dislike MJ? Mm, damn. To be honest, Gene felt like MJ had issues. With this illness card, it's coming out reverse, but nah. Gene, he a pretty mature person. Like the way that he just operates, the way that he think, he pretty balanced. Um, like he know when people have certain issues. Like he could look at somebody and be like, this person really insecure, or um this person have really deep childhood wounds. Like this Gene person might be like low-key psychological or something like that. So they just kind of like observe people and know how to read them and be pretty accurate. So when he read Michael, he knew that Michael had issues. Okay. Um, he did feel like Michael was intelligent, and I think that he had respect for Michael talent, but when it comes to who he was just as a person, not an artist, he felt like Michael was just like a really damaged person. Um even delusional, okay? Oh, okay. So I'm also picking up that he kind of at times felt like Michael was like Diana puppet, and he even understood it on a deeper level, as in you got mama or daddy issues or something like that, and that's why you so clingy to Diana. That's how he felt. Like, your attachment to Diana is based off of something toxic. So he just kind of looked at Michael like somebody lost. That's what I'm picking up on. Like somebody that is not too mentally stable. But I also kind of felt like Gene was a type of person that he might not just come out and say this, but he would give like a hint, like tell Diana, like, look, I know that you think that it's cute and all, that you have like this little boy toy that's crazy about you and everything, but he got real issues and you should stop fucking with him like that, because this might turn into a bigger issue or whatever. So hmm, I feel like he was pretty accurate, and I kind of felt like this Gene dude, he gave good advice. Like he accurately he was accurate in his judgment. So with this triumph card, he also understood that Michael at times was in competition with him, but he didn't want to compete back, not for no reason. Like I do feel like this Gene dude, he understood what it takes to be a celebrity. So if it was good for the media or whatever, he would play into it. But he was never genuinely in competition with Michael because he felt like Michael had issues. Um issues that issues that he felt like would turn into a problem. Okay. So he also felt like Michael didn't have no sense of identity. Like, I'm hearing bipolar in a way. Like, he really just felt like Michael had issues. That's what I'm getting. Mm, mm. He felt like Michael was confused, and he also felt like Michael was confused because of religion. I felt like he'd been around Michael before. And he could tell that Michael was closed minded in a lot of ways. And I don't feel like Michael really talked about like his religious background and everything like that, but it did deeply affected him and how he responded to his environment. And Gene was just able to pick up on it. And he felt like that's why they couldn't really get along because he felt like Michael already prejudged him. So it was just like he knew that they wasn't going to be able to connect even on like a intellectual level because they was like in two different spaces. Michael mindset was limited in a lot of ways because of how extreme his childhood was. Like he kept himself in a lot of mental cages, and Gene was more open minded than Michael. All right, so let's go to the second question, which is if Dirty Diana is about Diana Ross, why did MJ write, update, and release the song? All right, let me get my cards reshuffled, and then I will be back. All right, so why did Michael release the Dirty Diana song? Just petty with his Virgo ass. Petty as fuck, you know? It's the car that came out first. I feel like the rug has been pulled out from under my feet. I can't seem to find balance. You know, I actually want to go read the lyrics of this song because I'm thinking about it. Hold on. Let me go find the lyrics. He was hurt. He got his feelings hurt, but I'm going to ask like what happened specifically. But let's see what this song say. Okay, you never make me stay. You'll never make me stay. So take your weight off of me. I know your every move. So won't you just let me be? I've been here times before, but I was too blind to see that you seduce every man. Mm. This time you won't seduce me. She's saying, that's okay. Hey, baby, do what you please. I have the stuff that you want. I am the thing that you need. She looked me deep in the eyes. She touching me so to start. She said there's no turning back. She trapped me in her heart. Mm. Dirty Diana. No. Dirty Diana. No. Dirty Diana. No. Let me be. So he basically telling her, like, leave me the fuck alone, man. Like, I'm not doing this shit with you no more. Like, I'm not gonna keep letting you hurt me. Okay. She liked the boys and the bands. Ooh, don't that sound like Gene? She knows when they come to town, every musician's fan after the curtain comes down. Ooh. She waits at backstage doors for those who have prestige, ooh, who promise fortune and fame, a life that's so carefree. See, when I heard this song initially, I didn't think of Diana Ross. I thought he was like talking about a groupie. But, now reading it, I could see how it could relate to her because of everything I just said before I even read this song. Like, she did do a lot of things for status. Diana was a freak. Um, like she liked the orgies and stuff. She might have even had a sex addiction. Um, she did have a type. Um, she had a secret type too. Like the her real type, the type that she really liked, is not the type that she would marry. I think that it was very common for Diana to have boy toys. Okay. And yeah, they would be like in bands and stuff like that. She did kind of like the rock stars, I'm hearing. Oh, I think that's why Michael even created the image on this cover right here because this is what she liked. And it's like he was kind of like trying to become that. She turned him out, you know? She got with his young ass and turned him out. Okay. And now he just all mad and shit like that because he realizing at this point that she's not going to take him seriously. Like, she's not going to love. And I see this with Virgos. Virgos are deep lovers. Okay. I give them that. Okay. They do love hard and they could stay in a situation way past the expiration date, okay? Because they really want to make it work. They don't want to give up. They don't want to feel like a failure. And Virgos hate to give up on something that they work so hard on. So let's finish these lyrics. She says, that's okay. Hey, baby, do what you want. I be your night loving thing. I be the freak you can taunt. I don't care what you say. I want to go too far. I be your everything if you make me a star. Dirty Diana. She said, I have to go home because I'm real tired. You see, now I hate sleeping alone. See, this is exactly what I was just saying. She don't like to be alone. I think this is about Diana. Like he's spilling the tea, but he being messy, but he being direct with it because he named it after her and everything. So he wanted people to know who it's about. Um, and it's because he was heartbroken. This is the temperance reverse. Like he wasn't in stable emotions. This is him being very emotional right now. Like he being petty, okay? Because he heartbroken. And he realizing like he also feel used by her like at this point. He felt like, damn, I didn't really mean nothing to you. I'm just a play toy to you. So he feeling when he wrote this, he was in the temperance reverse, okay? He was very unbalanced and being petty, very emotional, heartbroken. Um, Now I hate sleeping alone. Why don't you come with me? Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm getting it. See, Diana, she got her own issues, her own darkness, and she do not like to be alone. And she used to use Michael for that position only uh when she didn't have a replacement, but she would constantly replace him. Hmm. But I'm also getting her telling him like, like I guess in a sense she led him on, but I also feel like Diana was real with him in a lot of ways. Like, you know, in a way, like it was like this. Cause I'm seeing them in a car, like a limo or something like that. And she basically just telling him, like, look, just be in the moment, just have fun, just enjoy this time with me right now. Like she telling him this. But he like in love, so he perceiving it differently, and he young and everything like that. But she being honest, as in like, look, right now, I'll be your lover. Okay. I even tell you I love you in this moment right now. But just know that this is just for right now. Okay. And I think that she wanted to be friends with him and everything. Even sleep with him sometimes. Cause Diana, she liked to dominate. She liked to run game on these young boys. She did. Okay. She even liked to make them react like this. Like, I think that Diana really liked this song. I'm gonna add that to the list. Like, what did she think about this song? Did you ask that? I don't see it, but I'm gonna ask. Why don't you come with me? I said, my baby's at home. She probably worried tonight. I didn't call on the phone to say that I am all right. Diana walked up to me. She said, I'm all yours tonight. And then I ran to the phone saying, baby, I'm all right. I said, but unlock the door because I forgot the key. She said, he's not coming back because he's sleeping with me. Hmm. I'm seeing some white girl for some reason. I don't know who this is. Maybe there's somebody that Michael was dating. I'm seeing a white girl. I could barely see her face. It's blurred out. She kind of looked like a what's that one girl? Cameron Diaz. She kind of looked like that. But I'm seeing a white girl. I think that this was an actual incident that he was getting to know somebody, dating somebody, but then he got caught up in Diana again. And it ruined that relationship. And I think that's why he feel bitter or whatever. But Diana kind of like she don't give a fuck, you know? Because Diana, she lived differently, you know, she lived kind of like more carefree and everything. So she kind of like, what? You got a girlfriend now? I don't give a fuck about that. Okay, we only gonna be in town for a few days. Just go ahead and let's just have sex a whole lot. And then you go on by your business and you could go back to that white girl. But see, I don't think Michael is built like that, you know. Hmm. What I was why he wrote why he released this Dirty Diana song. These came out sideways, but um something did happen, a tower moment. I'm gonna ask about that. Uh I feel like it's more reverse. If I ignore it long enough, maybe it will go away. But it came out sideways, so I want to take both meanings. Whoa, I didn't see that coming. What a life changing moment. And if I ignore it long enough, uh, do I deserve this? Did I lose sight of my purpose? You know what? I think that Diana fucked up a relationship for him and then abandoned him. Damn. And Diana. And I think that this was like the final straw for him. Like he was just like, you know what? You bad for me. Like you're not healthy for me and everything. Because I think she caused a tower in his life and then she moved on with somebody else. And that just kind of like fucked him up. And I'm also getting that there was a time that he needed her and she wasn't there for him. Um, do I deserve this? Did I lose sight of my purpose? And I deserve to have some fun with the people I love. Let's plan a celebration. See, it was something that happened. And Michael in his life was like at a crossroads. And he chose Diana again. And it kind of screwed him at the end. And he wrote this song because he was bitter about it. But it's understandable, you know, when you really think about it. Because Diana, she typical Aries, selfish as fuck, but they don't see it like that. They don't see it until they get back when they get their karma. Motherfuckers. Um just check this goddamn mic because I ain't for to have no motherfucking repeat of what happened last night. Hmm. Damn, time go by fast. I'm already like almost an hour in. Like, let's continue. So I might split this up into a few videos, okay? Um, I want to take my time. That's something I want to take my time and be detailed with readings because I enjoy doing that. I don't want to rush them and everything. Yeah, because ain't this sounding like the song, that one part where he was talking about, his baby at home waiting for him and everything like that. But he called, let his baby know, like, look, I can't meet you tonight. And Diana in the background, like, fuck that bitch. He ain't coming home tonight. He gonna be with me. And then, this relationship fall apart, with the other girl because he chose Diana again. And then Diana fucked him over and whatnot. Cause he like, damn, do I deserve this? But I want to have fun. Child. Why can't I be myself? I'm so unhappy. I should have spoken up. I feel the happiest when being myself. I'm comfortable with my authentic expression. This came out sideways, so I'm taking both attributes. And what I'm getting with that is that Diana made him feel things. I think that he really did love her. Uh even was obsessed. Diana could have been like his dream girl or something like that. And she just, she repeatedly hurt him, disappointed him in ways. I felt like she was honest in some ways, but she could have been more clear with him, or she should have just realized that this young man is head over heels in love with you and it's a really delicate situation. So maybe you should stop fucking with him. But see, Diana, she enjoyed making people feel like that. She enjoyed that because it give her a boost. It give her a boost to her ego. She's selfish. She's selfish. Okay. So, she enjoyed playing games with his heart. She did. Mm. Um, how did Diana How did Diana feel about the song Dirty Diana? I feel like she low key liked it. She liked it, she kind of felt like a boss bitch. Like, look at him writing songs about me because his feelings hurt. Ooh, child. Okay. And then she was petty about it, didn't even give a fuck. Like, he probably made this song thinking like she gonna feel some type of way about it. She gonna understand how hurt he is and everything, but nah, bitch, nah. She just like, look at me. I'm just too much of a badass bitch. Got him out here making songs about me and stuff like that. And then she came out and didn't even give a fuck. Yeah, after what they did to me, I know it hurts them to see me doing better. So, she didn't even really give a fuck like that. And how did that make Michael feel that she didn't give a fuck? Damn. Damn. Obsessed. Obsessed. I don't know. I think Diana was just a drug that Michael just could not shake. Okay. Like, mm, like, cause she was cold. Like the way she responded to it is like she was like didn't give a fuck. Like either nonchalant about it or it was like, oh, that was cute. You know, didn't even give a fuck or whatever. And that just made him like even more obsessed with her. It made him want her, you know? Oh Lord have mercy. It made him want her even more. Became even more obsessed with her. Shit. And I think even after he made this song, he ended up in her bed again. He was whipped, okay? He was whipped on some dirty Diana. He was whipped on that thing, boy. Okay, what's the next question? Did MJ propose to Diana or just give her jewelry? If so, the proposal, how many times? Looking for a good deck for that. See what this deck say. I'm kind of feeling like a no though. Like no to a proposal, but I'm kind of getting no. It MJ proposed to Diana. Look, I just seen the no card. I don't think he did, but I'm gonna shuffle it back in, see if it come out. Did he propose to her? Basically telling me to listen to my intuition. Did he propose to her? Did look, they go to no again. I don't think he did. I guess I asked, did he give her jewelry? Did he give her jewelry? I'm seeing unlikely because honestly, um, I don't like I was already seeing like he really didn't. And it was if I just look that up real quick. So the way you asked me is like you know that she received jewelry from him before, but my intuition just telling me no. The jury that Michael Jackson gave to Diana Ross. I came across a story saying that um she had a ring from him at one point in Motown Day. I think that must be like publicity. I just don't feel it. Like, not that I don't think I think that he loved her that much, but there was just it was so hard for him to just hold on to her in like a relationship type way that it just couldn't never manifest into getting married and stuff because it couldn't even manifest into a solid commitment. You know, they couldn't even get into like a solid relationship where he felt like he was in an actual relationship with her. So I feel like that's why he never proposed to her. And I don't feel like he gave her jewelry either. And I was seeing pictures of her wearing a ring or something like that. But again, I think that was for publicity. Diana Ross, she liked to use people for fame. Um, she would get into relationships for fame, nor notoriety and stuff. Like I'm thinking that she bought herself that ring and she just let the rumors go crazy, you know? Let's see. Then did she buy her own ring? Did she buy her own ring? I think she did. And I was also just seeing pictures of them kissing and being intimate and stuff like that. I also feel like that was for the public, you know, to get the rumors started because he was really hot at that time and she was just trying to drain it for that. But behind the scenes, he was never able to get her to settle down with him. So he was never able to get a commitment out of her. So it could never manifest into like marriage and stuff like that. Okay, next question. Did Diana up and leave Michael like he said in his music, or were they on a break before she went to the Bahamas and met Arnie? I mean, from what I was picking up on earlier, most likely, um, she used to up and leave him all the time. Like, I'm trying to find like an example, like a movie or something like that, to give you like an example of how this dynamic was. Um, it was never solid ever. Um, he could just never hold on to her. She always kind of like played games with him. Um, she always was always fleeting in his life. She was never like steady in his life. And I really don't know this time frame. Maybe I should look that up. Um, or were they on break before? I'm gonna ask what was the condition of their relationship before um she met Arnie. Guess I use these cards right here. What was the dynamics of Michael and Diana relationship before she met Arnie? Mm. Yeah, they was on a like a break, as in they haven't talked to each other for a while before she met Arnie. And then I had this card that came out, but it came out reverse. So it let me know like this was past energy. So before she met Arnie, um, something had already happened between them, and it put Michael like in this type of mood, obsessing. He was obsessing, but it's reversed, so it's letting me know that it was in the past. You know, let's see what happened. What happened? Boy, these cards coming out clear, child. What happened is that she just broke his heart again. She ran from him, ran from the commitment, kind of like disappeared on. Okay, see, the thing that I'm picking up on is that Diana liked it MJ energy. Like she kind of liked it to feed off of it. Okay. Um, but she wasn't really that attracted to him. She wasn't. Um, she didn't feel the same. It was kind of like unrequited love, but I think that she loved him in a sense. I guess kind of like loved him as a friend. Um, maybe even seeing him at family as family at some point, but she could never see like a real commitment with him. She just couldn't see it. She didn't feel it. She didn't feel in love with him in that way. But she liked it to play with his emotions. So she would be intimate with him, or she would, even when they was around each other, she would be really lovey-dovey with him, like kissing on him, touching on him, um, even like role playing with him, like they was in a relationship and they was in love and stuff like that. But she would periodically tell him like, this is just for right now, like don't get too attached, because this is just for right now, because she never could take him seriously, um not in a manner that she wanted to be in a long-term relationship with him. Yeah. And with these cards coming out together, I felt like Michael started to feel like she was really unhealthy for him. And he felt like that a lot of times. That's why it was a lot of back and forth. So there was times that he'd be like, you know what? I'm not fucking with you no more. I'm done with you. And I believe that's what happened before she met Arnie. Mm. I felt like they had like a fling or something like that, and then Diana kind of ran away like she always do. And he was heartbroken again, and he was on some like, you know what? I'm done with your ass. I ain't dealing with your ass no more. He was in that mood. But I just don't think that that mood lasts long because he was just really, I don't know, she really had his heart. He was really obsessed. He was obsessed with Diana. Hmm. All right. So the next question: how did MJ find out about Diana eloping with Arnie, and did he try to stop it? I'm getting a feeling like he didn't try to stop it. I felt like he was hurt, but he was so used to her doing this to him. Testing, testing. Okay. So how did Michael react to Diana and Arnie? He did write her a letter. And too many cards. How did he react to Diana and Arnie relationship, marriage? Hmm. I think he even kind of like wished her well, but it was kind of like petty. Um, Kind of trying to like to act like he was above it and everything like that. I do think that he wrote to her because we have pioneer passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Um, I do feel like he got really creative around this time just because of the heartache. Because pain makes you creative. So it's like the best inspiration. Pain is in love. But I kind of just feel like he pushed himself into his work. Yeah, and then you have Scribe that came out. This one made me feel like he wrote her a letter, but it could be also that he wrote music. If you go listen to music around that time that he wrote, it could be like relative to how he was feeling. But I don't know, cause Michael, like he know that people is watching him. So he might not have wrote about the situation. He might have, cause Michael would do some stuff like, something would be hurting him, but he don't want the public to know. So he would write, he would get creative, but he would force himself into a different energy. So around this time that he was heartbroken about love, he could have been writing about love. Like he would do shit like that. Like he could be heartbroken, but he would write a really good love song that's not about heartbreak. It's about being in love. But he actually heartbroken at the time. But I do think that it pushed him into being very creative. What was I'm gonna get clarity on the scribe. Okay, clarity on the scribe. What was that about? Mm, mm, no, 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 no. Yeah, you know what? I think he did write her, and he kept it real. I think he wrote her and let her know like how fucked up he feel about this shit. Look at these cards that came out. Greed is the root of all evil. I overemphasize money in my life. So not only I think he even called her like a gold digger because he felt like the relationship with Arnie was based off of money or something like that. That's how he felt about it. And he told her, like in a letter or something, how could you betray me? I trusted you. He was hurt, motherfucker. He was hurt. I find it hard to relate or understand you. Can we get on the same page? Ooh. I want more, even if I have to sacrifice my morals. I was getting an energy like he could have had tried to stop it. I don't think that he's not a wedding crasher or whatever, but I think that he wrote to her or talked to her and tried to stop it. Cause that's what I'm getting from this card right here. Cause at the end it say, "Can we get on the same page?" And then after this card, it's kind of like a bagging like energy. Like, look, if you just give me another chance, we could make this work because we got something special between us and everything. And, I'm willing to do what I have to do to make you happy and everything. It's giving me that type of energy. But he let her know like how hurt he was over this. And I'm just getting the fact that he point out the fact that he feel like she do things for money. And how did Diana feel about this? Yo, she didn't give a fuck again. She didn't give a fuck. Look at this. I feel good about this change. I know it's for my highest good. So he wrote her and was like, look, I love you. How could you do this to me? How could you move on and go get married to this dude? Is this for money? It is for fame? And yada, yada, yada. Like, how could you do this to me again? And she was like, look, I'm doing what's best for me. She's like, I'm doing what's best for me, okay? You could be in your feelings all you want to, but look, I work hard for what I have, and what I do with my coochie is my business, okay? It's my business. I'm gonna do what I have to do to get where I need to get. And you need to stop trying to control that, okay? Because I know what the fuck I'm doing, okay? You don't understand. She might even call him like a little boy or something. Like you too young to understand. Okay? I'm doing what I have to do for my dreams, for my goals, for my aspirations. You don't get it. And then she was like, look, I'm focusing on my goals. Stop interrupting my grinding. Like, get out the way, okay? I'm finna do this shit. I don't give a fuck about what you saying or your feelings or whatever. Cause Diana, she do care a lot about money, fame, status. Okay. So that yeah, that's how she responded to whatever Michael was saying. Like, look, I understand that your young ass feelings is hurt and everything like that, but look, I'm doing some grown people shit over here. I gotta do what I have to do now. Because, I felt like I'm also getting a feeling like whenever Diana married this dude, it was like a power move or something like that. It was for like stability or something. Something in her life, like either her career was slowing down or she just felt like this would push her career forward or something like that. But she was doing it because it was like a good business move. She was doing it for that reason. And Michael, he already knew that. So, he told her about it. Stop being so damn greedy. And she like, look, I'm not trying to hear all that because you don't get it. Like, you don't got the problems that I have. It's that type of energy. Like, she felt like Michael didn't understand her position, either because he's not a woman. Because I do feel like she had the mindset that the industry is different for men and women. And she like she feel like she had to play the game differently. So that's that. Okay, let's go to the next question. Why and when did MJ make a Diana Ross shrine? He did that? Hmm. gonna look that up. Michael Jackson, Diana Ross Shrine. Mm, damn. He must have been really obsessed, huh? Hmm. I don't know, because on the website I was looking at, they had a picture, but it doesn't prove that it was Michael Jackson shrine. It could have been like a fan or something, and they just saying that it's Michael Jackson or whatever. But just from the reading so far, I do think that he was obsessed with her. But all right, let me know about the Michael Jackson Diana Ross shrine. I think he really did have one. I think he really did have it. I don't think that he looked at it how other people did. Like he didn't really look at it like a shrine. Um, I believe that Michael Jackson is like a collector. Like he collect things and become attached to items. This is actually like stemming from like a trauma or something like that. But he do this with a lot of things. That's what I'm getting the vibe of. Like it wouldn't be like a surprise if he had like also a room of like his mother, a whole lot of pictures and stuff like that, or because he do like to represent his heart like on the outside. Like he like to decorate things with things that are close to him. It's hard to explain, but I kind of felt like he looked at it differently. But let's get more into it. I think this was a way for him to try to release her. He he really was like obsessed with her. And I think this has something to do with the sets. Like almost like kind of ritualistic. I kind of felt like she did something to Michael to make him so attached because she was somehow feeding off of his energy. Like I also feel like he did it to like remain connected to her in some type of way, but he was still trying to release her. So he did it to help him release her. Mm. I just don't feel like it had that effect though. Kind of felt like it fed into the obsession and it made him reattach to her or even look at her differently. Like I feel like sometimes he would go because even if that picture was not the real picture of the shrine, I do feel like he had collectibles of her pictures and stuff like that. Um, but when he would go and look at it, he would kind of look at her in the Queen of Cups energy. Attractive, practical, romantic, emotional, honest, devoted. He would kind of look at her like a mother figure. Um, I think he has some sentimental memories that he kind of felt like at some point Diana was like the only person that really understood him. Um, I feel like Diana probably was like his first love or something. There's some really huge moments in his life that Diana was a part of. And, this could be kind of dangerous with a person that feels as lonely as Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was an extremely lonely person. It was critical. Okay. And, sometimes it's hard for people to see that with celebrities because they have so many fans, but they can't have real connection with these fans, you know? Um, so he lacked real friendship. He lacked real healthy um relationships with his family. So the times that him and Diana was close, they was good times. Um, she made him feel good. She made him feel accepted. In those times, it was just always fleeting. She always ran away from him. She always left him. And that was really damaging to him. It was damaging to his self-esteem. The way that damn, he felt like she preferred white men, and it kind of made him want to become one. Mm, yeah, he was really attached to her. I feel like Diana was like his dream woman. And this started when he was a kid and he just could never like release it, let it go. Sometimes he would just indulge in it, and then other times he would try to resist because the amount of times that she broke his heart, he wanted to get over her. Like there was even times that he even felt like he hated her, and but like he just couldn't. He Why was he so attached? Why was he so attached to Diana? Selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. With that card, I'm really getting that it's visionary and shadow. There was times that he was overly understanding because he know how fucked up the industry is. So sometimes he kind of looked at Diana like, she just broken, and this is why she couldn't accept his love. This is why she couldn't realize how much he loved her for real. He kind of just looked at her like she was broken because of the industry. He also looked at her like she was a slave. Like he knew things like about her contracts and stuff like that. And there was a part of him that understood why she did the things that she did. And but that wasn't but he kind of felt like she still loved him and still wanted to be with him, but she couldn't because of the industry. But that wasn't the case. She didn't reciprocate the same love that Michael had for her. So he was kind of like in delusion about it. Why was he so obsessed with her? Why he was just so attached? That's too many cards. Why he was so attached? Yeah, it just showing that he was just, uh, he didn't want to believe certain things about Diana. Like he was in denial for a long time about her. And he always kind of felt like she was like under attack. There was times that he tried to protect her and everything. Um, but it just wasn't the case. He wasn't seeing it for what it was. Becomes arrogant with authority, is challenged, controlling, and demeaning. This is the queen and shadow attribute. So after he would go through this whole process of being like overly empathetic towards her, overly understanding of her situation and why she makes certain decisions, then he would get to a place where he like, nah, she just selfish. She just don't love me. He would get to that place. But then the cycle would repeat. Like he would start missing her, start obsessing over her again. Um, And I think it's because sometimes she would call him, but a lot of times he was calling her. And it was real sad. It was sad as fuck because there would be long period times that he couldn't get in contact to her and stuff like that. And then, she would call him and leave like a message and he would get back to her immediately and stuff. But he just felt so abandoned by her a lot of times. Like he didn't feel like she was as good as a friend to him as he was to her. So it was sad. All right, so next question. Did MJ and Diana first have sex during the Wiz in 1977 or off the wall era in 1979? Where did J. Randy Tamborelli get the Wiz story from, and why did he release it in the magazine in 2000? Um, she had sex with him way before um the Wiz. I believe she had sex with Michael when he was pretty young. Yeah. Then Michael, you know what? That's another deck that I want to use. Hold on, let me find it. All right, so I was looking for this is my printable deck. You can find it on my SD shop. Um, it has the phrases on it from the On the Mind Tarot, but it also has like it has the phrases for it from this deck right here, but it also has the other information on it. So you could purchase this, but it's a printable deck. So what I do is that you print out the deck, and I had got some playing cards from the Dollar Tree and just glued the printable version on the back. But I guess you could also print it on something else. I mean, you could do what you want with it. Anyways, so what I was talking about. Oh, did Diana have sex with Michael before the Wiz? Did Diana have sex with Michael before the Wiz? I'm getting a no. So, okay, but I'm also getting like a lot of maybes as well. And I feel like the reason for that is because they was intimate before the Wiz, but I don't think that they fully had sex, but it was intimate in other ways. I don't know. I just see her being intimate with him when he was like really fucking young, really young, but it was kind of subtle. It was like a grooming type thing when it came to their dynamic. Because when he was young and a kid, he already had like a crush on her, and I think he kind of showed that in some type of way, and she kind of like fed into it. I'm seeing her kiss him when he like really young. He looked like a kid. She looked young too, but she older than him. Um, so I do feel like it was building up to it though. Around that time, like how old was Michael when he was in the Wiz? Because I'm also getting a vibe like she was waiting for him to get older, but they was already like talking about it. They was already like he was already preparing for it. Because he knew that it was going to happen like at any minute at that point. So did she have sex with him before off the wall? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, she did. So she had sex with him between that time, but before the Wiz, they was intimate, but they didn't have like intercourse yet. But between that time and off the wall, they did. And it was pretty sad because it's like, she just kept playing with his emotions. She really did. She played like a lot of games with Michael. Um, and I feel like, when she finally did have sex with him, um, it caused like a terror moment in his life. Because like soon after she had sex with him, she started to distance herself. She started to distance herself from him, like as soon as she did it. And that really kind of like fucked him up. Here go that card. I'm focusing on my goals right now. Cause she would do that a lot. She would isolate from him and then she would kind of like gaslight him um like I'm really busy right now. Like I'm focusing on my goals and everything. Like I can't give you the attention that you are asking for, that you want from me, because I gotta focus on other things. Um, I really felt like she played these games because she was getting something out of it. She wanted to keep Michael attached to her. Um, she also she got something out of it. I think it kind of stroked her ego, her pride. And I think it's mostly just because he's just a major star. And she got this major star fiending over her, acting crazy over her. And she just really enjoyed that. See, before the Wiz, he was preparing for it. Like they was in the moment of like preparing for it, building up to actually having sex. But there was like making out before then. I mean, damn, when he was young, she was making out with him for real. When he was like underage. Shit, because Michael, he looked under 16. Um, but he could have looked young for his age, but he looked really young in this visual of her kissing him. Because she taller than him at this point. Like, this is before he went through his growth spurt. He's still short. He's still short at this time that she kissing him on his lips. Hmm. All right, let's go to the next question. Actually, I kind of want to dig into that a little bit more. What happened sexually? What happened sexually? Okay, so I feel like it was kind of like not just guilt, it was unrequited. Okay, let's just say that for one. Diana wasn't um as attracted to Michael like he was to her. And she also liked it to be intimate with more developed partners. Like people who know what they was doing. She didn't mind being like his teacher and everything like that, but after some time, she craved being with somebody that knew what they was doing already. So, I feel like after they was intimate with each other, like of course Michael became even more attached and like he was thinking long term, but it never got to the point that he like proposed to her. I think he fantasized about being married to her, being in a committed relationship. But every time that he would start to get like too attached or too comfortable, she would then detach from him. I also do feel like they had a real connection. Like there was a spark between them. Like they could have been like soulmates. So they just when they hung out together, they did really get along and had a lot of fun with each other. I think that they had like a similar sense of humor. And Michael was turned on by the conversation by her mind, which, you know, because, looking and observing the energy, like her mind is not really all that. I'm going to just be real. But to him, though, to him, it was just more than, it wasn't like she was like an intellectual. It was more so that she made him feel like he could be himself. She made him feel like she accept him for who he is. And that's what made him so attached to her. And it was also kind of like a mother like figure in his life. Um, in some ways, she made him feel safe. I do kind of feel like she protected him in some ways also, and he always remembered that. Because even though she was grooming him, I think that she might have protected him from being groomed by other adults around him. Um, but his view of it is distorted because you have to. He was groomed, so he started dealing with her since he was young. So he was looking at it like she must really love him and care about him and stuff like that. But she looking at it like a power move. She looking at it like this is how she could get in control of things. Because Diana, she liked to be in control. All right, next question. Who was Diana singing about on her album Red Hot Rhythm and Blues? Why did she cry when she heard the song Tell Me Again in particular? Made me want to go read the lyrics. Who was Diana talking about in Red Hot Rhythm? Hmm. Who is she talking about in Red Hot Rhythm? It was about some man. Not sure which one, but it was somebody that she was actually like attached to. It wasn't Michael. It wasn't Michael. uh, this could have been somebody that she recently fell out with because the first card I got is her Hermit reverse. Um, oh, let me show y'all. Distrust of others, you refuse to listen to others' advice, your short sightedness may be your undoing. Dwelling on the past is holding you back from progress. Rushing to decisions creates most of your problems. If you keep doing what you have always done, results will be the same. Rely on others and trust their judgment. And then they have the Emperor reverse. Whoever this is the person that she had like the most violent relationship with. But something about it that she enjoyed it. Um, because we have the Emperor reverse, and you know, the Emperor reverse could be somebody very abusive, domineering, lack of maturity and self control, a pushing, domineering bully, a self centered person, danger of serious injury. I also feel like this was somebody that betrayed her. This was somebody that also breadcrumb her. So this is somebody that she was really attached to, but they did not treat her right. I'm really seeing a black man though, which is a surprise to me. Was she ever married with a black man? Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna pause it so I won't have y'all waiting. So I asked specifically if it was about Michael because I went to read the lyrics of Tell Me Again. But to be real with you, see, Diana is like a different breed. Like she think about things differently. She don't love properly. How can I explain this? When I was reading the song, what I felt was is that she kind of talking about like in general, because Diana, she has certain habits, you know, um, and she tried a few times to be like traditional in relationships, but that just kind of bore her. Uh, Diana might even say something like, you know, she's not really a relationship type person, or she can't do the traditional relationship route or something like that because that's how she is. But I do feel like she's like that because of unhealed trauma. And I do feel like she realized the trauma is there, but she don't really feel the need to really deal with it. Um, just because she distracted by other things that is kind of like more important to her. But I do feel like Diana has some issues with being alone. She don't like to be alone. Um, she also have an issue with loneliness and she fear being lonely. So, and I think that's one of the reasons why she wanted to keep Michael attached because she got him when he was young. So he kind of developed this loyalty towards her and that made her feel safe because she kind of felt like, well, at least I'll always have him. And when I was reading that song, at first I was thinking like, oh, this could be about Michael, but I think it's more symbolic of how she unhealthily deal with relationships. Yeah. Um, because a lot of times she feel like the problem in relationships. She feel like she's the one who get bored with them and she start to withdraw and she do be cheating. She do be cheating, but she also have certain habits. She kind of wild in nature. Like it's kind of hard to like tie her down and everything. So she find superficial reasons to be tied down. But in the long run, it doesn't make her happy. And I'm actually feeling like this Emperor in reverse is her. That's what I'm feeling like. Um, Diana is actually really hard to be in a relationship with. She's controlling, manipulating, um, selfish, attractive, prone to jealousy and mood swings, unfaithful in love, not capable of commitment to one person, dishonest, lives in a fantasy world, in love, he will break your heart. And that's a she, but through this whole reading, Diana is keep being represented by masculine energy. So she strongly embodies masculine energy. And a lot of times she is in masculine energy. Mm. So, yeah. And she is selfish. Like, I just keep getting that. She's selfish in the sense that, um, like, I don't feel like she's a bad person. And when I was tapping into the energy of her and Michael when he was younger, I could even understand it a little bit. Okay. But I have to dig into the traumas. Okay. With a lot of celebrities, a lot of them have fears around being lonely. Um, because they really feel like they can't trust nobody. People are always trying to use them. People is always telling them what they want to hear, always ass kissing them. Um, and they just kind of feel like they don't really have nobody real around them. And a lot of times they can't even trust other celebrities because other celebrities will betray you and step over you in order to get ahead, especially when their career is threatened. Other celebrities can become a beast. And she know that. So, a lot of times they feel like they have to be the dominating one. They have to be the one manipulating and controlling the situation. Um, in order to maintain relationships, in order to maintain having people around them. So let's see. Why was she crying? Why was she crying? Why was she crying? Very unsettling and volatile period, inability to juggle multiple responsibilities, overcommitment, situations are out of your control, arguments, and see, and I think I got the temperance reverse in another deck. Um, it wasn't for a person, not one particular person. I believe that it was because of just at this point in her life, she had enough failed relationships to kind of realize that she is the problem. Um, and I think she was just trying to process that. She also has a temper. Like Diana has a temper, like behind the scenes, like when she get mad, she might throw and break things. She might swing on people. Yeah, she kind of felt like at this time when she wrote that, when she did that album, that she wasn't really getting what she wanted. She was feeling lonely, and I think she was also in fear because I'm hearing age. She kind of felt like she was starting to get older and less desirable. So she felt like she had fewer fishes in the sea. And I think she was dealing with like an identity crisis at that time. Like she didn't really know how to balance her emotions, her traumas, and be in a healthy relationship. And I felt like she was just feeling that pressure, feeling that loneliness. She could have even tried to go like celibate, try to heal like the sex addiction and other addictions. Um, try to talk herself into committing. Like she was just kind of going through a crisis because things wasn't turning out good for her. And I really feel like she was realizing that she's the problem. Um, that she has commitment issues, that she pushes people away. Yeah. The outcome to your problems is uncertain and may not make you happy. This card represents a loss of nerve, indecision, weakness, inability to adapt to change, and a retreat into stereotypical thinking. Others take advantage of you. Putting work above your own needs will hurt you in the long run. Yeah. The reason why she was crying with this song or whatever, because she was emotionally unbalanced at that time because she don't had a whole lot of failed relationships. She was starting to leave a trail of tears. She was starting to feel like she is the problem because she heard the same thing from different people. Um, she had a whole lot of fears that she wasn't dealing with, that she wasn't facing, and she had a fear of being lonely, and that's why. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I will do a part two with the other questions, the next set of questions. So I hope you enjoy that and stay blessed.